Well, hey everybody, it's Brian, SLC Farms. Welcome back to the farm. We are out here today working in the barn. It is a beautiful March day. It's supposed to be about 78 for the high today. Spring is in the air. We've been working in the fields a little bit, starting to go there, getting some spraying done, getting a little bit of fertilizer put out, and well, trying to anyways. But yeah, so today we're going to be back at the sawmill. Again, I know it's getting a little repetitive, but we're on something totally different. We're going to be custom sawing some beautiful white oak logs for our woodman. Got to keep our woodman happy, and we've already kind of started on his order. We've milled him a nice 8x8 white oak there and some 5/4 boards off of that log. And next, we've got a 14-foot white oak up on the mill here. I set it up on there yesterday afternoon. Thought it'd be a nice log to film. This shouldn't have too many defects or anything. I see one little knot sticking off the side there. The log itself does have a fair amount of crown to it, so we're going to lose a little bit there. I've kind of already mapped out on the end to make sure of what I want out of the log. And so I've got her mapped out right here. I don't know if y'all can see my lines or not, but took a little bit of chalk there and mapped it out. Done a little upgrade to the mill as well. The stinking water valve on this mill, I love the sawmill, but the water valve is junk. So I have upgraded here to a brass system with just a nice easy turn valve right there to be able to turn my water on and off. I probably didn't need this 90 here. I probably could have just come straight out. But thus far, I put me a little wood block in there to support it so it's not going to go anywhere, a lot more stable. A zip tie around the tank there. It is what it is, but it's going to be much easier, again, turning the water on and off. So today we're just running a standard 7-degree band from Norwood. I'm running windshield washer fluid in the tank for water. We may end up switching on this hardwood log over to a 10-degree band. They seem to do a little better in the hardwoods. We're going to see how this 7 cuts. I was cutting some cedar and been cutting that poplar before, and the 7 degrees seemed to work pretty good in there. But like I say, we may end up switching to a Stella 10 or the Stella Cut band from Norwood. So we're going to get the mill warmed up, get this log cut, see what we can make out of it. All right, y'all, let's get the mill fired up. Get it rolling. We're going to take our first cut here at about 16 1/4 and see what that gets us. Worried. It's going to take a pretty big chunk off this log. Not going to get near as many boards. Because of that. Big old piece there. Yeah, we're gonna hung up on the one end. Almost had it. All right. I know we can go ahead and take a 5/4 off of it, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and roll this bad boy and go ahead and nip the other side off. We're gonna get it squared up. All right. I really like this log dog here. I've got a couple of them for cants. PV, cant hook, PV. I wish it just had a little bit longer pole. Come on, baby. I think I might have to get my big one out. Keep working it around. I'm gonna go full 180 with it. Now, come on, baby. You're almost there. There we go. All right. We're gonna see if we can push this thing back against the stops now. Come on. There you go. All righty. Lower our backstop down here a little bit. It's gonna be nice when we get hydraulics. It's coming, guys, it's coming. Won't be no more of this pushing and shoving. Or minimal, anyways. It'll be minimal. All right, let's get us some measurements here and see where our droop in our log is. See what kind of cut we can make here. All right. I think if we go, we're gonna go at 14. See what that gets us. All right, here we go. Probably should have done 13 and a half. Yep, probably could have done just a little bit less there. If we would have went 13 and a half, that'd have been better. We're gonna drop down. I don't even know that we'll make a board out of that. We're just gonna go ahead and drop down 5/4. Go from there. So go to right there. We are right on our lines that we mapped out. All right, then got a split in this end of it. This is not going to be a good board. But I wonder how deep that split goes, because hopefully that doesn't go too far down, because that'll really affect our it's going to affect our 8x8 there. You may not get a full 14-foot 8x8 out of this. All right, y'all, let me roll this back and show y'all. I reckon it's the butt of the tree. When he fell this log, y'all can see this split where they didn't keep cutting. Well, it's worked its way back up 2 or 3 feet into this log, and it goes all the way across. Well, it might just have a short 8x8, but we'll get this turned and we'll go from there. Sometimes you just gotta know when not hurt yourself. It's better. See if I can be strong. Oh, not so much. Why it looks heavy though. So don't feel bad. Alright. Let's get us a square here and check. Let's see if we can turn anymore. Perfect. Right there. I am happy with that. Dog it in. Get the top cut off of this thing. Alright, y'all. Got our log all locked down. I got my toe board under this end, lifting it up a little bit to kind of square my log up. I think we're going to make our first cut at about 17. And see what that takes us. So y'all can see that crack there, that split. It goes a pretty good ways through this log. So we'll see what we can make of it and go from there. All right, guys. So got y'all set up here. Let's get this thing fired up, get this cut off at 17, see what happens. Right about where my line was, so see what happens with it. All right, just as I thought, we were gonna have some flare on this thing. Let's see here if we can get this off here now. Yeah, that worked. Now, I think we're gonna, boy, I really don't know what to do. I could almost get him 2 8x8s out of this log and avoid that split, but it would leave a little bit of wane on one end. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna flip this thing, go ahead and cut it off, and then see what we can get out of it. See if we can't get an 8x8 out of it. Let's check here. I don't think we can. Yeah, we're only at 14 there. We got wane left to take out. We're at 12 there. All right, let's take off 1 5/4 flitch and then we'll flip it. I think that'd be our best bet. We cut that right at 17, so go right there for a 5/4. See what happens. Mill don't want to, well, ain't warm yet. Let's get a little water dripping here. I think I said it backwards earlier. The 10 degrees are better in the softwood, pine, poplar. The 7 degrees do better in this hardwood. It's putting out some pretty straight cuts. Now we'll roll this bad boy. That's pretty, that's for sure. There we go. this lowered down here, and we'll give it a roll and get the other side cleaned up. All right. Also need to try to shift it down about an inch or so. This log just barely fits on all the bunks. So when I roll it, I'll try to scooch it down just a little bit. But go ahead and get our mill to the other end here. Uh-oh. It would help if I had my stop handle out of the way there. All right, let's get this thing flipped. I knew that's what it was going to want to do. Getting it? There we go. Just keep working it back a little bit. There we are. Where one of them little stand-on skid steers would be helpful. Oh, now we're off this end. I need to scooch it down. Need to scooch it down like an inch. So we catch that right there. We'll get that done and we'll saw the top off of this joker. All right, we're gonna make our next cut at 13. It's really not gonna take probably as much as I want off, but it's gonna take enough, I think. This one will drop down 1.25 inches. we're gonna do, we're gonna get this board off of here. So far we've got a 10 1/4 inch cant. We're gonna take this board off and I'm gonna roll it and I'm gonna start working this thing down until I get to an 8x8. I think I can get 2 more boards off the other side and then a few off the top and bottom. I'm just gonna keep, like I say, working it around till we get to the center of this log. Those are some pretty nice boards there. Tell you what, it really would not hurt to take 1 more off of this side at 5 1/4. I think we're going to take 1 more and then we're going to flip it. I don't know, then that gets my center of my log off. I just don't like this knot here, but I think we'll work that off. Let's just go ahead and flip it. All right, we're gonna go ahead and work this side down some now. This thing is just over 12 right there. So we're gonna go down to 11 1/4, and that's where we're gonna make our first cut. Take 1 more. Check that, make sure we're at 5 1/4, 1 1/4. Cutting good. Blade's probably got somewhere 400 or 500 board feet on it already at this point. This is just a generic blade. Clean logs help. All right, we're going to take these 2 off. We're going to roll it again. We're just going to keep working our way down. I don't feel like they're getting any lighter, y'all. Oh yeah, some nice split out there on the end of this joker. But what are you gonna do? Quick roll, we're gonna work this side. We're gonna go down to our 8, I believe. At this point, I'm gonna drop my log stops. There we go. This way we don't have any fears of hitting anything. There we go. Dog you in. All right. Now let's see here. Two 3/8. I think. Right there. Oh. Right there. Let's check it and see. Always like to check my math. I'm a little high still. I'm at 1.5 inches. I need to go up 1/4 of an inch. So we'll cut this one right at 9. I just want to check. That looks a little thin to me. Sure enough. That's an inch. Quarter. We'll come back and make our last cut at 8 here. Roll it one more time and work down to 8. And we're going to double check our log to make sure that we're at 8 inches on our scale. That we are. I always like to make sure my scale's good. Well, that new water valve is great, great, great. Hopefully Norwood comes out with a fix for that one of these days. 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch board there, but it'll be okay. All right, we're gonna roll her one more time. And we'll be at our 8x8 beam here. Better slide it back so I don't roll it off the mill. That would suck. There we go. Looks good there. All right, I think 2 more cuts and we'll have our 8x8 done. All right guys, our next cut is gonna be about the same. We're gonna get another 5/4 board and then we'll have about a 1/2 inch board. One more cut at 8 inches. Right there. A lot of people might have worked through that log a little bit differently than what I just did to get to where we were or are, but as long as we get to the same end result, which is mine is to try to have the pith of the log or the center of the log in the center of this post, which with the arch in the log makes it a little more difficult. And we just got this little sliver here. I doubt it's worth anything, but you might want it for something. And there's our 8x8 post. Let's grab our tape measure here. Just make sure what we got here. 8 inches there. Oh, I can come down. No, I'm right at 8 inches there. Thought I could come down. Check it again in the center. 8x8. Looks pretty dang good to me. So pretty simple. This one, he does not want the boards edged down or anything. You know, we've got that big split right here in the middle of this thing. He's gonna have to cut it back some. But otherwise, that's a gorgeous post there. I could, let's take the scraper to it right here. White oak is always some beautiful wood. And it's hard to tell unless I splash some water on this stuff. But boy, that grain pattern through there is absolutely gorgeous. And then he got a pile of lumber too. And offcuts. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. About eight nice 5/4 offcuts there. So got to keep our tree man happy. Don, hope you like this order. and hope you can put these posts to good use. I heard they're going to be gate posts for a driveway. He's probably going to give them a little diesel fuel and motor oil treatment on the bottoms to help them keep from rotting, which the white oak will help a lot. We'll sticker and stack these boards just like we did that right there for him. So all he's got to do is come pick it up, take it home, and put it to use. So appreciate you guys watching. Hope you enjoyed this one. Leave us a comment and let us know what you think, and we'll see y'all on the next one.